Lost for decades beneath the center of Naples, Italy, the Bourbon Tunnel is an underground time capsule of the city's history. This system of tunnels and caverns was originally conceived in the 1800s as an escape tunnel by King Ferdinand II, connecting the royal palace to the military barracks, but the king died before its completion. The tunnel was then abandoned until the early 1930s, when it was used as a storage facility for impounded and contraband vehicles, many of which are still there today. During World War II, the tunnel changed uses again, this time becoming a military hospital and bomb shelter. After the war, it turned into a dumping ground for rubble, destroyed cars, and pro-fascist marble statues, before it was sealed and then forgotten. It was accidentally rediscovered in 2005 when government geologists were checking the conditions of nearby quarries. Now, the Galleria Borbonica belongs to the public, who explore the eras before them as they wander the ancient caverns. A 150 feet underground, in 30-million-year-old caves, an unforgettable sight glitters in the dark. The Waitomo glowworm caves in New Zealand are home to about 30,000 endemic Arachnocampa luminosa glowworms. They spend their days spinning silk nests from the ceilings, and then lowering threads to fish for prey, much like a spider. The luminescent bead-like strings are spellbinding. The glowworms use light to attract prey and burn off waste. The glow is created by a combination of chemicals given off by the glowworm and the oxygen in the air. The caves are ideal for the worms, as they need a dark, damp location where their light can be seen. The Waitomo caves they call home are named after the Maori words wai, which means water, and tomo, which means hole or shaft. And although they live deep underground, the journey to see them is never one to disappoint. In southern central Bosnia, just outside the town of Konjic, and behind a quiet, unassuming building in the mountains, lies a secret place. A place designed to survive a nuclear apocalypse. Welcome to Tito's Bunker. Construction of the bunker was started by Josip Broz Tito, the president of Yugoslavia at the height of the Cold War. It took 26 years to complete and was a well-kept top secret for decades. The horseshoe-shaped structure goes over 600 feet deep into the mountain and is a maze of offices, conference rooms, doors, as well as living quarters for Tito and his wife. In the event of a nuclear strike, the bunker could protect 350 of the most important political and military persons in the country. The bunker was almost destroyed in the early 90s during the Bosnian War, but went untouched, remaining a time capsule from the Cold War, its bedrooms, bathrooms, phones, and typewriters still lying ready for atomic war. Today, the bunker serves a more peaceful purpose as a modern art museum, housing one of the most important and valuable art collections in Southern Europe. Built for war between East and West, Tito's Bunker is now a safe haven for creative works from artists from around the world. To wander this mausoleum in Shiraz, Iran, is like stepping into the holiest of light shows. The Shah Cherokh, which roughly translates to King of the Light in Persian, is a funerary monument and mosque, a beautiful holy place for thousands of Muslim worshippers. The structure is made of multicolored pieces of tile and glass, and is considered to be the third most important pilgrimage site in Iran. Initially started around 900 AD as a burial site for an important Shia Muslim figure, the mosque continued to be expanded and improved. The decision to adorn the mosque with its iconic mirror ball decoration came from Queen Tash Khatun in the 14th century. She wanted the mosque to intensify any light 1,000 times over, in homage to the mosque's name. Although meant to be a holy shrine and important pilgrimage location for Shia Muslims, people of any faith can marvel at the mosque's immense beauty. There's been a secret under the streets of Liverpool for hundreds of years. A mysterious network of tunnels built 200 years ago and stretching on for miles was built by eccentric and successful tobacco merchant Joseph Williamson. There's evidence of tunnels built and then immediately bricked back up again, and arches that lead to nowhere. But the purpose and the reason behind building these is unknown. There's theories, of course. One that he and his wife were part of an apocalyptic cult, and these tunnels were to be their hideout. Another, that its only aim was to provide jobs for the men in the area to combat the high levels of unemployment. A final theory is they were used for smuggling or other secret operations by Williamson himself. Construction on the tunnels stopped immediately after Williamson's death in May 1840, and it wasn't rediscovered until 2001. Since then, a team of local retirees has made it their mission to excavate the tunnels. But with no records to offer explanation, the purpose of the tunnels, or even a map of how far they span, has made it a mysterious and tough job. In this curious lagoon, the rivers may run red, but rest assured it's water, not blood. Although you could be forgiven for confusing the two. The Red Lagoon is located 12,000 feet above sea level, in an area of Chile so remote that it wasn't even known by the National Tourism Office until 2009. And maybe that's a good thing, because much like the pyramids in Egypt, the lagoon is believed to be cursed. Legend says that the waters are owned by the devil himself, and he is responsible for the mysterious disappearances that have occurred along the shores. The thermal temperatures of the water at 100 to 120 degrees stop even wild animals from approaching it. Devils aside, what causes this blood red water? Well, biologists studying the lagoon recently traced it to algae growing in the depths of the lake. Still, much of this lagoon remains a mystery. A visit to this place is a reminder there is still much to marvel at on this planet. What you're seeing was built by one man, pebble by pebble, over 33 years. One morning, mailman Ferdinand Cheval stumbled across an interesting-looking stone on his delivery route. He picked it up, and from there, an obsession began. Using stones he collected on his walk, Cheval worked each night, without any formal training, to build what is now called the Palais Ideal. The final structure is 85 feet long and 300 feet high. It mingles Chinese, Algerian, and Northern European influences to create a fantastic and completely original castle of grottos. He opened the palace in 1870 for the public to enjoy. In his own words, he says, "You start wondering if you have not been carried away into a fantastic dream with boundaries beyond the scope of imagination." And this incredible, bizarre, and unique place does look like something you could only see in a dream.